Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Principles of Leadership. In my career, I follow one principle as a leader, that is, leadership is to influence, not authority. So, we in database SHA Data University help freshers and professionals to build their career in a technology that is leading in the industry right now. That is in database administrator or data engineering. There are many freshers and professionals who are has got dream to become a leader in their respective domains. So today my guest is Deepshikha. She has struggled a lot. In 12 years, right now, she is working as a project implementer. So let us know from her what are the challenges, what are the skills she has acquired to reach that position, and what are the principles she is following to manage her team. So let's call Deepshikha on board. What are the principles she is following to manage her team? So let's call. Good evening, Deepshikha.
Good evening, Sanjay.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to know about your corporate career. Do you have got more than 9 years of corporate career? Yeah, first of all, I would like
Am
to
I
know
audible?
about your corporate career. Do you have
Yes,
got
you are audible.
more than 9 years? Okay. So, can you just give me a little bit about your journey into corporate for last 9 years? You are having in corporate experience. Can you share that to our audience? Your journey.
Yes, sure. I love to discuss about my journey in corporate. So, I had started my journey from the aviation industry. So, aviation industry, and I had joined there as a customer service associate. So, there, what I was doing, I am taking care of handling the customer in terms of their satisfaction in aviation services. I had given around my 2 years to that industry, and then after I found my interest more in taking care of system softwares, and then I had joined the healthcare IT. Around 6 years, I had served for healthcare IT for taking care of their hospital information systems, different integrations, also different stakeholders for taking care of their requirement, what actually they looking for from the system. And then around serving of the 6 years, I had again developed my interest more into the customer success. And then I had joined Avon Quality Management, where I'm actually working right now. So there I'm taking care of a quality management software for as a customer support and implementation. So there we are more in dealing with customer success being a part of IT. So
Okay.
we can say that I'm into both the part. I'm into the customer success as well, and also not leaving my actual field, which is IT information technology. So I'm serving the customer in terms of making them or serve them in terms of application or what actually they need from application. That is the main part of my role.
Okay.
So if I'm talking about the principle that I had followed, the first main point is to being patient every time, because when you are in field of customer deal, you need to be patient every time. So the
Right.
success is not the thing that you can get in a one go. It takes
Right.
time, it takes patience, it takes your zeal to learn. So the main thing is think think about what you are doing and what actually you want to do. Money is very important, but explore yourself if you are actually enjoying what you are doing or you are at the right place where you want to be. If you find
Right.
that you are not at the right place, explore more about your interest. Or
Okay.
let's take an example. If I ask you a question that either you want to be a programmer or a developer, so what you will choose, a programmer or developer? Both having a similar job roles,
Right.
but the main difference is programmer is the one who is specialized in a code, but a developer who can develop a system also specialize in a code. So both
Right.
are having the same job role, but in different aspects.
Exactly.
So you need to decide what actually you want to be. Like if I'm talking about my case, I love to be in a field of IT, but I'm not a programmer, I'm not a developer. Basically, I'm a functional aspect from the company, I'm the mirror of my system. What my system does, what actually it can does, what customization can done, that I can make them understood by my customer. So I'm a picture
Right.
of my software, but in terms of coding or development, I'm not doing the coding or developing. So I'm a part of that field of information technology, but not in terms of development or programming. So you need to decide where you want to be. You Because IT is a very vast field. It's not about
Right.
every time that you need to be a developer, you can be a project manager. There are number of terms in opening. If you are talking about the project manager, so in that term also you could be a functional project manager, you could be a DevOps, you could get into yourself cloud.
Right.
So this is the main principle of mine. Just explore yourself, what actually you want to do, or just enjoy what you are doing, so that
Great.
that career would be fruitful for you.
So, long story short, you are the bridge
Mhm.
between your developer and the
Yes,
customer,
actually,
right? So
right.
now, you are managing, that means you are managing your customer as well as your developer team, your programmer team, and all. So, what are the challenges you are facing while managing? There are two aspects. Like you are managing, sometimes you are managing customers. Like that time, you will be giving some feedback from customer to the developer, or like when customer gives some feedback that you have to manage to your developer. So, how you manage that?
uh, See, if we talk about the customer, your customer can be anybody.
Right,
He or she can be technical, he or she can be non-technical. They
right,
want your system to use or to make their task easy. So the main thing is to make them satisfy that our system will does each and everything what you actually want to be. It just make your task easy. So that's the main thing we need to keep in my mind. The customer satisfaction. The customer should be satisfied from your product. If they are not, then it could not be a long term relationship.
right,
Maybe they have taken their product due to a brand name or a company popularity, but if you want to run it for the long term basis, then you need to satisfy your customer in terms of system use, in terms of your support. And if we talk about our developer team, so requirements are not always that every time feasible with the system, but as I already said, we need to satisfy our customer as well. So we need to check out how that requirement could be modified so that the customer will satisfied, as well as the work for developer would be easy to implement, to customize the system according to the need. So
right,
this is the main challenge what we handled in between those, the development team and the customer.
right. So suppose you are facing a deadline and your developer are not yet ready with the code and with the system. So how you manage that situation? Being a leader, you have to manage that situation, right? Is there any situation have you ever been into?
Yes, many times the situation had been arised that if the system is not properly ready with what that need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is don't make the false commitment. So
Right.
because if you are making the false, if the task cannot be done in 6 months, don't get promised that it could be done.
Yeah, this
Be
is
mirror
number
clear.
one quality
Yeah,
of a leader.
yes. Be the mirror clear with the customer that this task would take a time. We have different terms of condition need to be followed. Yes. So don't make a false commitment anytime. Just aware your customer that we need time to develop this is a new requirement for the ours, we need to develop or customize the system completely, we need this time, or in between that time we will get you aware what we are doing, what we are planning to get this success. See,
Right.
if you tell your customer that we are taking 6 months of time to develop this, and then after we just left our customer, he doesn't know what is going behind the mirror, what actually we are doing, or we are not doing anything. So this is a very wrong. Just be contactable with your customer to reach them time by time. Okay, we have developed this much work had been done, now we are on this stage, and this part of work has been left, we will be going to get it done by this time, so that your customer is time by time get aware, okay, they are working on my product, they are with me, they are ready for support, I can be patient, wait for them until the work get done. And once it get done, let your customer know that go ahead, it's ready, we can go far with the system in terms of testing and everything.
Okay. So, as you said that only commitment. No, my question was like already deadline is there, and somehow your team is lacking. So how you manage that situation? Being a leader,
Wait,
how you
if
manage
you
your
did,
team?
yes, if the deadline is already there and we are not done with the product, we let our customer know, okay, we are facing this much of issues with the system, this need more time to get it
Right.
done. We just let the customer know what issues or challenges we are facing in terms of either in developer, or if there is some other issues we are facing with the system, or these customization can't be done right now. So we just let our customer know that the issue is there, we are working on it, we need more time to get, so we need to get it extend. So it's a that's very simple rule, that if you're dealing with the customer, be like a I'm not saying be like a partner, it's just a be like a friend, let them know
Right.
what actually the issue is,
Yeah. Be
because
crystal
we
clear
are
with your customer. Be
yes,
transparent with your customer. That will help you in the long run. Now, what is the
yes.
prospect of project implementer in the industry right now? Because after DevOps, what is the prospect?
Mm. See, after the DevOps, or once the everything is get done, the another part is the deployment of our project. So the product is ready
Okay.
with the servers, with the interface, with the integrations. So the next main task is to deployment. That we are giving what we have made. We are going to put that into the customer's plate, and they are going to just like it's like a dish that we are ready with a dish, our client is going to eat it and let us know what the taste is.
Okay. Okay.
So
Now,
you
my
need,
my question was like for a newcomer or for fresher, what is the prospect in this job role?
so if I'm talking about a newcomer or the freshers who want to be
Yeah,
come
those who
into
want to
this
join.
role, they want to be a
Right.
consultant, or they are more interested in functional terms. So you need to it's not about, see, actually it is not about any programming or any development thing. You need to be little much aware about the program, any of the programming language or any of the database. But that is the secondary thing. The primary thing, you need to take your interest in customer dealing. You need to take your interest in understanding the functional aspects of the system. Rather than the back end, you need to more with the front end, how it actually look like. Because at the back end, you need to deal with the team who are specialized to do their work, like DevOps, or developers, coders, programmers, services team. But you are the mirror or the face of your products. So you should I would suggest the fresher to make themselves ready to be face the customer, even you can you can make a practice yourself in the functional aspect. There are different terms of courses are there available. You can get them trained yourself, agile methodologies, how the project could be managed. There is a waterfall model, there is a scrum master. So these are the suggested courses for the person who want to be get into this field.
Right.
And
And what is
also
the
you can
career
start.
prospect of this? Sorry to interrupt you. You can continue. Sorry to interrupt you. You can continue.
Okay. So even that is not a field that a fresher could start from the zero. See, if you are in some different field but you find your interest in this, you can prepare yourself, get into the as I said, myself, I had started as a customer service associate. That is not into it's not a proper field of IT, it's not a
Right.
proper field of consultant. But I had developed my interest. I had served my 6 years with the healthcare IT, taking care of the system, server, and then now I'm in position of implementation consultant. So it's all
Great.
about finding your interest, explore yourself more and more.
So if you have got passion, then only you can go through and you can have your
Yes,
skill developed, and then you can join this program. So
yes.
no, Deepshikha, like in this field, what principle that you follow as a leader or as an implementer?
As an implementer or as a leader, keep in mind that the prime suspect is for customer satisfaction. Also make yourself, just try to explore system, because once you know your system 100%, then only you can make other understand that what actually your system is. If
Right.
you are not knowing it 100% or well known about the system, then you can't explain or satisfy others need.
Right. Exactly.
So what you are doing, get to know about what actually it is, why you are here, what is the purpose of you being here at this place. And also the prime major concern is that you should get enjoy your work. So enjoy what you are doing. Once you are in front of customer, it shouldn't be look like that you are doing your 9 to 5 job and you just want to get it done and get rid it off. Enjoy, because the work is not obviously everyone doing his job for the money, but money is not everything. So it's your
Right.
easy to learn. Your enjoyment with the work is more necessary than anything else. So just enjoy what you are doing. It could be anything.
So number one is you have to believe your product. You have to know 100% your product. And
Yes,
number two is you have to take the ownership, right?
right.
Okay. So now, like if like a fresher, as you said, if a fresher needs to join this profile, so first they need to develop some skills. So can you just let them know like what are the skills they need to develop if they want to join this profile in the future or
Uh,
in this technology?
yes. If I talk about the skills, what they need to do, so they need to brush up their language, because customer service or a consultant, IT consultant, is not the thing that is bound up with the Indian customers only. Companies are dealing with the customer who are outside or apart from your country. It can be US, it can be European, it can be Japanese or anything. So you need to brush up your language as well, so that you can deal
Communication skill is
with the
the
person easily.
must.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Apart from
apart,
this,
apart apart from the skill, you need to brush up your language. And after that, there are different methodologies. Like, as I already said, you can go with some of the courses, like you can learn agile methodologies. There are scrum master program, or right now these days Salesforce is more into the market. So even if I talk about Salesforce, there is many services provided by the Trails head, where you can just log in yourself, make your account, learn the how Salesforce work out. So
right.
there are different freewares are available. You just need to zeal yourself, get it, learn. Uh, if you are facing your interest in cloud marketing or cloud computing, then there is AWS courses are there. They are also providing you free tire programs. But yes, to being into the consultant, you need to work more with the functional aspect of your site rather than focus on more into the programming. Just work on the functional prospect. If you are going, even if you are not working right now, see, like a fresher, they are not working with any of the company, so they can brush up themselves in terms of communication. That if they are having a one pen to sell, so how they are going to sell it, how they make the customer understand, okay, this pen is 100% good rather than any other product. It's same like the same terms is applied to the product industry as well. How your product is more satisfiable rather than other product you are in the market. So these are
Right.
the major skills that our freshers need to brush up themselves. And also, if I'm talking about the skills and technologies, then you need to go with the courses that I had suggested, or there are some other freeware courses available in the market, even a LinkedIn as well. How to satisfy the customer, how to deal with the difficult situations, how to deal with a difficult customer, because customer is the thing that can't be easy every time. You could find
Right.
a difficult customer as well, who is not ready to use your system anyhow. The whole company is ready to use it, but the one person, every time there is a one person available there who is not satisfied with anything. So you
Okay.
need to deal with them all as well, to grasp them into your product. Okay, the product is good in terms of everything. You need to convert the denial phase into the acceptance.
That is the main skill that you have to have.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So now, suppose a person having a certificate like Salesforce certificate and all this stuff is there. When you take interview, how you judge a candidate? Will you judge by the certificate or by the skill?
Um, See, we do. This is not a industry that you can judge by 100% by the skills. We need to check the
Right.
passion of the person. how really, if they are really interested with the job, they are going to apply for it. So usually we provide them the different scenarios to check out their interest in working. How we just put them into one situation that, okay, you have got the job, now you have a customer, the product is already been sold, but the customer is not ready to use. So what action plans you are going to take, or what you would think about? So we try to judge the candidate not in terms of skills, in terms of their passion towards the customer deal, in terms how they want to use their skills. See, the skills we can get them learned. We will provide them a training about the product. We will provide them the required skill they need to learn, and we will get them trained about on the skills. But we can't get them trained how to talk.
Right.
That is
Right.
that is the criteria of the person, inbuilt criteria of the person. We can't train that, okay, you need to ask this, you can ask that. We can't give them a set of questions, we can't give them a set of script, okay, go in front of customer and just read it. That is
Right.
that is what you need to decide when, once you are in face of customer, on the face of customer, you need to decide how you satisfy your customer in terms of your product. So basically we
Exactly.
try to learn more about the passion of the candidate to get into this field.
Okay. So that means even a non-IT professional can be into this professional, right?
Yes, of course, a non-IT person can get into this field as well.
Because if they need basic communication skill and a little bit about the product, they don't need to be a programmer, they don't need to be a like a developer or any coding skill. They need not to know about the coding skill, but yes, they need to know the product what you are dealing with and the communication skill and how to deal with the customers, how to deal with the
Yes.
developer team, in-house team. Correct.
uh, Correct. But if I'm talking completely about the non-IT person who want to get into the swift field, see, this is not a proper IT, but it's an IT. It's a field of
Right.
information technology. You are not developing anything, but you are working with the systems. You are working with a team of developers. So if we are talking about a non-IT person, like just take an example, a person had done their BCom, but they have developed their interest to get into this field. They want to work with the Salesforce, or they want to work with some other product in a functional aspect. So we would suggest them to get them trained. Then they can have some of the small short-term courses, so they would get a basic idea how it does work, how the process actually go through the
Right.
end-to-end implementation. So we would suggest them, like, if my product is developed in Python or SQL database, then we would suggest them, okay, get some basic course of the Python, get it done, get some basic course of SQL, so that you can get an idea how the system works.
Right.
Because it will more easy to yourself, because until unless you need to make your developers to get understand what do they need to implement, you are not going to teach them a code, but you need to teach him a diagrammatic view of the customization need to be done. So
So you
we
have to draw the flowchart of the program for the application that your
yes,
customer is
exactly.
required. And for that, you need the basic skills, the basic knowledge of coding and everything. Correct. For that, you need the basic knowledge of.
Yes, the basic knowledge of, yes, correct, the basic knowledge of the programming or the database. But if I talk about the functional terms, that you should be good with PowerPoint, you should be good with Microsoft Visio, you should be good for documentation, Should be good with, you said, charts, how to make a charts or representation.
Right. So basically, you must within say 5 to 6 months you can join the industry. Basically, you must within say 5 to 6 months you can join the industry.
Yes, being a fresher, yes, you can prepare yourself within 5 to 6 months and get yourself interviewed if you are having a zeal to learn, or you can develop your skill more into that space. Then yes, these industries are open to the freshers as well. We don't need an experience to get into this field. We just you need to be good in terms of learning skills.
Mm-hmm.
To You should be passionate. So these industries, there are many of the companies who are taking the fresher because they want to make them learn from the scratch about their product.
Right. Right.
So yes, you can get into this field in by the preparation of 5 to 6 months only. uh, Also, once we are also a fresher, if none of them are given us a chance, then we can't get experience of 9 or 10 years. So everybody is a fresher once upon a time,
Exactly.
but you need
Exactly.
to decide what actually you want to be.
Right. And if I ask, what is the future for this profile or this thing? If someone joins, what is the future? Like, how stable his job is?
The future is of this profile is very vast. Like if I talk about actually the implementation consultant, so basically the consultant would start their career being a business analyst or system analyst, and then promote themselves in terms of solution consultant, support specialist, implementation specialist, and time by time you can get yourself promoted as a project manager, or you can be a CEO or a chief manager of the company as well. It depends on you, how you get yourself get trained, how you get your getting use your skills, how you make yourself get experience in each and every aspect. See, if I talk about myself, I had started with a customer service associate, then a system analyst, then a business analyst, then a support solution specialist, and now I'm an implementation consultant. So this is
Great.
the journey where you need to learn yourself step by step. Don't think that I had done that course and now I'll be the project manager. Don't think that, because they can't be done. From first step, you can't get into the 10th step exactly.
Right. You have to go step by step, and in IT, you have to develop
Yes.
yourself. You have to update yourself. Otherwise,
Yes.
no one is going to give you that position.
Yes. Time by time, you need to upgrade yourself.
Thank you, Deepshikha. Thanks a lot. We got freshers, even professionals. They got a good experience, and they will, if they require. And if you suggest a book for the freshers who can go through this book and get a preliminary concept of what the system, yeah, what the job role is and how they can proceed. Can go through the book and get a preliminary concept of what the system, yeah, what the job role is and how they can proceed.
If someone is looking for get into this field, then the preliminary concept they need to keep in mind, uh, that they need uh, they need to brush up their communication. They need to make them enhance themselves in terms of some of the Basic featured application like the PowerPoint presentation, how to prepare SRS, system requirement documents. So they can brush up themselves more into the documentation terms, in presentation, in communication, and also some basic knowledge of some programming and the database also. See, the concept of programming and database are the same, only the writing terms, how to write a code, how to present your code, these are the differences. But the basic criteria are always be the same. So you can go for some of the programming or the database basic courses as well, but more into the customer service, just first brush up your communication,
Yeah.
or make yourself confidence in terms of facing someone.
Yeah,
So
but I must
yes.
correct one thing, like programming and database. Database is a different concept, like where data is stored and how data is like normalized and all this stuff. This and like programmer, they need to have a logic, basically coding and all.
Yes.
It can be, you can get it in over internet and everything, but
Yeah.
you must have a logic for to become a developer
If I'm
or
Yes, exactly. If I'm talking about the database, it's not exactly that you know how to write a query.
right.
You need to
Yeah,
understand the logic. There is a
that's
form where the employee data is there. So what my employee could get, there should be an employee ID, there should be a name, there should be a job ID, there should be a department, and that whole data to get stored somewhere. So I need to understand what is the linking between these fields.
right. Right.
So
That's
you
true.
need to yeah, you don't need to get into the database exactly. I'm not saying that dive into the database and look for the some specific field. No, I'm asking about just understand what is the linking between these fields,
Right.
how that
So you
employee
can
name.
draw the diagram.
Yes.
Right. Great, Deepshikha. Thanks a lot for your time. And like many of my viewers, they got a clarity. Like if someone is facing some
Okay, thank
issue,
you.
then they can connect. And
Okay.
so, thank you
Sure.
once again for your time. Thank you
Thank
all
you.
for watching this video.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks.